This is Myra from Joy of Colorful Cooking. I'm going to put up a food pyramid for you to look at. It is a nutritarian food pyramid. What does that mean? It means that this food pyramid focuses on foods at the bottom of the pyramid that include fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, avocados. It puts an emphasis on having these every day. At the top point of the nutritarian food pyramid, there is fish and eggs and meat, and that is kept at the minimum. So I'm a nutritarian. I eat everything that's on this food pyramid, and my focus is on most of my percentage of food comes from the lower part. I have an autoimmune disease. I have managed to stay off medications. That's my own goal. I've studied a lot nutrition and studied from Dr. Joel Fuhrman, and then I've also gone there several times. So I did this under supervision, and it's been really great. The challenge of this is to sustain it, because it requires really understanding nutrition, and it requires a lot of prep. So what I want to do is bring to you the recipes that I've made that are my favorite recipes. Today's focus is on corn. So we're going to start with corn muffins and then have a Mexican salad with corn. And last but not least, we're going to have a sweet potato and corn soup. So here we go. First recipe is corn muffins. This is a really great project to do together with your family, with kids, by yourself, for company. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the ingredients that I have today. This is maple syrup. This is oat flour, cornmeal, flaxseed, unsweetened applesauce, baking soda and baking powder, corn, it can be fresh or frozen, and then plant milk. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the flaxseed, take a cup, pour the it's any kind of plant milk that you want. Pour this plant milk into the flaxseed so it can sit while I'm doing the other parts. It needs to sit about 5 minutes. I'm going to give it a little stir. Now, I'm going to take the applesauce. This is half a cup of applesauce. So I'm going to be mixing together maple syrup and unsweetened applesauce. And then stir this up. Now, here is the cornmeal, oat flour, and the baking soda and the baking powder. I'm going to mix this up. This is I did do prep ahead of time, but this is a relatively fast recipe to make, and it will make 12 muffins. Now I'm going to put in the flaxseed and the plant milk. Now normally I'm not letting it sit exactly 5 minutes, and I would let it sit longer. I just wanted to show you me mixing it together. So here is all of these ingredients. You want to make sure everything's all mixed together, and then last of all is the corn. So again, I've made these for several different people and children, and so far there's been a large amount of people that have liked it. I recently bought, which you will see in a second, I bought this tin with silicone muffin cups, and the difference it has made that I've seen, you can also buy a silicone muffin tin. I've read that it's flexible, and so you need to put a pan under it. So I just got these, and I'm really, really happy with them. So what I'm going to do now is fill up the cups with the batter, and I use it all up. I don't fill it completely right now, and then I will finish filling them up. And they'll be cooking at 375 for 20 minutes. Here they are. This took 20 minutes, and not on the camera, but I did stick in the toothpick to make sure they're okay. Then they cool for 5 minutes, and now I will take them out of these silicone. You'll see. What happened when I was using paper ones is so much of the muffin would come off. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to leave some of these in so that I can give them to people without touching them. So I'll just put a few on here. Again, these are tried and true with several different people. I'm looking to have recipes that can really cross the line from people that tend to eat less like this, and I consider it a real victory when I get a recipe that makes a lot of people happy. This is a Mexican salad. So one of the things that Dr. Furman says is eat a large salad every day. If everybody in this country ate a large salad, that would be one of the things that could really help build up our immune system and be something that all these things that are here are all high nutrient foods. They're also very colorful. So one thing I do, because salad involves often a lot of prep. Of course you can get prepared things in the supermarket, but in my refrigerator I have containers of so many different vegetables and lettuce, and I usually prep at least twice a week to make sure that I can go in, grab lettuce and grab a lot of things and put it on top. Barrett Mills Farm is one of the vegetable stores, organic vegetable stands I go to all the time in Concord, Mass. This is organic red leaf lettuce from them, corn, avocado, tomato, salsa, red peppers, onions, black beans, and this is jalapeno lime dressing from Art Specialty in Maynard. Here we go. This also, the name of the show is Joy of Colorful Cooking, and this is one of the top, just so colorful. So I like laying it out so that the colors all pop out. You can do, I sometimes put more lettuce on here, sometimes I put more of the beans and vegetables. It just depends on my mood. Black beans. Okay. Corn. It's very colorful with the tomatoes. What would be really nice is to get the variety of all mixed colors, and it would be even more beautiful than it already is. In fact, in my garden that I have over at Morrison Farms in Acton, there's yellow tomatoes, and they have been amazing. I think they're some of the best I've ever had. It's like eating candy, eating those little yellow tomatoes. Okay, so here's the tomatoes. And then over on this side, some red peppers. Red onions. I'm going to leave the salsa on the side and then sprinkle the top with avocados. Now this is visually so appealing, and it happens to also be amazing when you eat it. Again, I'm going to hold off on putting the dressing on it right now. Voila. So satisfying in every respect. Southwestern sweet potato corn chowder soup. And this is a number 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. Made this for a lot of different people. It's one of my favorites. So I do want to talk about, I watch a lot of cooking movies. I love seeing how different people cook, what different people cook. And one of the things I think is really interesting is the upper levels of cooks that are under tremendous pressure cooking in kitchens and need to really work to such perfection. And often there's yelling and all this stuff when you make mistakes, and that kind of makes me cringe, although I understand it. And I've been fortunate to be with some cooks that actually do not, make people feel bad when they make mistakes. So why am I saying this right now? Because I have made this soup so many times, and I had lined up with me an onion to bring in. And what happened is this particular recipe that I had written down did not include onions in the ingredients. And I went, that's so strange. I swear I've cooked this with onions, but I left the onion out. So I'm working towards a different attitude about mistakes, because mistakes are part of life. And that's why I sort of react when I see people yelling at these cooks that are learning when they make mistakes. It just doesn't seem right to me. So here are the ingredients for this delicious soup. This is sweet potatoes, corn, lemon juice. It can also be lime juice. Sometimes I use lemons instead of limes because they tend to have more juice in them, and limes can be more hit and miss and not have as much juice. Cilantro, cumin. This is garlic, red pepper, and jalapeno. And then this is veggie broth. So into the pot goes garlic, red pepper, and jalapeno. There would have been onion in here also. I'm going to put a tiny bit of water in this, just a teeny tiny bit. I'm dry sauteing, but I can use a little bit of water also, and you see it really steams up. So because that jalapeno is so intense, I am going to add things into it sooner than I would. This is veggie broth. Those of you that cook, or if you don't cook, the smell of a jalapeno can fill the kitchen. One small jalapeno, and it can bring tears to your eyes like it's bringing to mine. And in fact, this week someone gave me some red peppers from their garden, and they said they were hot, but these were the hottest ones I'd ever had, and I definitely am not going to eat those again. They were, and you could smell in my kitchen, in my living room. Okay, so this is the veggie broth, which actually I'm going to need more of. But in the meantime, I'm going to put the sweet potatoes in, and this is cumin. Put the cumin in, and the corn. So take about 10 or 15 minutes until the sweet potato is soft. But I can always already tell with this particular pot, which is not the one I normally cook in, it's not enough water. But it's enough for right now. So again, we'll come back to this. And the only thing in the end that's going to be added is cilantro and lemon juice. I'm going to take half of this soup and put it in the blender. Add in lemon juice, add in cilantro, mix. And so what you can do is you can see if it's hot enough for you, if you want more jalapeno, if you want more cumin, if you want more lemon juice. I always play around with that at the end. And here you go. Today, all 3 recipes use corn. Also, all 3 recipes are relatively simple to make and good for beginning cookers. First one, corn muffins. a winner. Great to bring to gatherings, potlucks, and the silicone muffin holders are really good because it makes them more moist rather than the paper ones. Beautiful, beautiful Mexican salad. It is fun. You can have fun arranging it in different ways because it's so beautiful color-wise. So you can see it looks beautiful like this, but it's a nice one to play with. Again, a really nice one for kids, beginning cooks. Last of all, not least, this is a corn sweet potato soup that is really tasted at the end because you can add in cilantro, more lemon, more cumin. This, again, is a real winner. It's a great thing to have for guests and for people that are wanting to eat more whole foods. All three of these are that way, and they really go together. In fact, this is a perfect meal, complete. So I look forward to seeing you next time on Joy of Cooking. I'd love to hear if anyone tries these. So far, I've been hearing from some people, and it's really wonderful to know that they've made some of these recipes and they're enjoying them.